Right this time, you were right this time. Oh no, now the truth comes out and I know that you warned me about it. Shallow, you were only ever in for yourself, yeah, in for yourself. Oh great, fantastic, you mastered it all. Lying like you plastic, babe, and it's so long. Over your antics, you scared me out. I hope that you're happy now. Yeah, you like the sun, you like the sun. Take a look what you did last night, what you did last night. Never listen, yeah, I know that you told me one day you'd come. You're right this time, you're right this time, yeah. Flashing, hit your cards away for nothing. Time you told me you weren't bluffing. Guess I should have read the signs. It took so long to find. Oh great, fantastic, you mastered it all. Lying like you plastic, been at it so long. Over your antics, you scared me out. I hope that you're happy now. Yeah, you like the sun, you like the
Hoe sit julle hoenderholle? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen in the house. I have to say ladies and gentlemen because, you know, Chantel might be in the house, one of our members, and she is a lady. She's a lady. Just give me the A for okay if everything is hunky-dory concerning the image, okay, and the sound. Then we are good to go, and then we can run through the Buffy, and we can commence with tonight's business as per usual. Right, let's see who is in the house. Michelle van Niekerk, I think he posted about 2 days ago already that he can't wait. He's the first person to actually comment inside chat. There's Warren Dean. Hi there, Warren. Welcome a lot. Nico's there. AKS says that unfortunately they do have load shedding. I've got no idea when we're going to get load shedding. There's nothing showing up on my app, so I've got no idea. It might happen now, it might happen never. You never know. There's Warren Dean. Hi Nico. Dion Danhauser says naand almal mis daarom vanaand die load shedding. Well, ek is baie bly vir julle part. Glad vir you ook. There's Pierre Kok skop sommer af hier met 100 smekker rotsies. 100 smekker rotsies. I also went through the video of last week. Afterwards, I'll go and check the video just to see what I miss in chats, because I mean, I do tend to miss a few things. And I also noticed that 2 people actually don't, they had super chats last week. So I'm sorry about that though. Yeah, I clearly see Pierre's one, so that is lekker. There's Timothy. Ek hoop het gaan goed daar met die biltong verkoop, Timothy, daar bo in die Gauteng in. The Brew is here for a change. The Brew skipped last week. I think he took a rest, or probably had an early night. He probably had a braai around 4 or 5 o'clock and a couple of brewskis, and then it made his lids a bit heavy around 7 to 8 o'clock, and then he fell asleep. I'm sure about that though. Ja, vir ons Reineke sê, hallo manne en dames, sê vir my wat jou naam is, Adrianus. Sithwalker, Evening Kaiser and everyone. Comforts, he is joining. He's very happy to join. Hi there. There's Sharon. See there, you got it now. Yeah, you got it now. Timothy, naand almal. Kaiser, yes. So check kom dit alweer hier. Spring net gevinnig. Hy Alamo, die beste reviewer nou hier. Alamo. There's Charles in the house. I can't believe Charles actually joined the membership. I immediately phoned him and told him, what are you doing? Do not do that. Remove yourself from the membership. Do not give me anything. Absolutely not. Just because I'm a teacher. We do get a salary. So yeah. So in any case, so do not do that. Greetings. There's Mark Richardson. Yeah, look at all these. What's it? Darth Vader's. Darth Vader, and there's Chantal Marais with a stormtrooper still coming through over there. We've got some RTD2s. Alles is hunky-dory. Dit is, thank Pierre, ek is bly om dit te hoor. Hey, is Thomas K, all the way from the UK. Christian Bainkies, hello Christian, lekker om jou te hê. Image is good, just a little hairy. Just a little hairy. There's Mahmoud Malek. Good evening, Kaiser and everyone. So yeah, Mahmoud has got his parcel apparently waiting at the Postnet. So he will be enjoying some blimey this weekend, and it will be good to hear that you actually enjoy it though. I received another SMS from Uncle Rob Fisher on his fishing trip. He sent me an SMS and said his blimey is almost done and he's vaping it more and more, and thank goodness he actually ordered some. Right, let's go, we quickly go there. There's Tennis Mulder. Nice times, man. Yeah, we've got the Givergos Tarifas there, all the way from Greece. Girgos Tarifas. Jeez, like it. Oaks. I still want to take my wife to Greece. Just love that scenery, that little Greece town type of thing with the water right at the edges of these houses. It just looks so awesome, and the water's always nice and blue. Any case, looking through the buffet tonight, I've got a few things which I actually started up though, but I still have got my feeling, which I do enjoy. I mean, obviously if I'm using these things the whole lot and I keep on recharging the stuff, then I do enjoy it. And you can see there is juice on the inside. Before you think I'm lying about it, you can also see there the miso honey. Look at all the juices on the inside, on the miso honey. I honestly think a vendor must bring in these little guys. I mean, it is such a nice little device. Both of these guys, just great starter devices. Well, I mean, you can't even say starter devices because I'm also enjoying them. But such simple devices, great in the hand, functions perfectly. Both of them auto draw. So easy to fill. The coils are cheap, but the coils have got nice flavor. So that's liquor. And then there's this little mod which you're either going to love or you're going to hate it. I'm luckily one of those who love it. But I prefer it in side-by-side mode. 2 days ago, I actually cleaned out the Ether RBA. Not that there's anything wrong with the Ether RBA, but it just doesn't give me the flavor which I get from my MTL RTA. So yeah, using this in side-by-side. And I also like it with this kind of oak here. I'm not going to carry it in my pockets. I'm not worried about that little gap at the bottom where I feel metal might come in and create a short. This is my desktop sitting over here, but I prefer it without the cover. But this is the Abyss, in case you are unfamiliar with this guy. With the Aries V2, but hopefully soon the Expromiser V5. And yeah, and then obviously this guy. Never let this guy go. Never let this guy go. And then I decided to start up this little beast for a change. There you go. And this is the Dany 21700 and the K-Fun on top of it, the 24mm K-Fun. And you can see the nice juice in there. It's about connoisseur. Connoisseur from Piper. Guy W's juice is inside of this. So that is lekker op 5 plekke. If you're a hobbyist, try and get this though. I mean, it's not that expensive. I see there's a guy advertising the 22mm K-Fun light on the forums at the moment with a crystal pack with the top, the 1,000 Rand. It is, if you've got 1,000 Rand, I would have purchased it, but currently I am not able to. But I would definitely have gone for that 22mm as well. So yeah, go and grab that thing. It's only up for 1,000 Rand and it's a very good price. But I mean, as I said, if you really like building and you really like fine tuning, this is one of those atomizers which are going to test your ability to wick. It's not a problem building this guy, but getting the wicking right and getting the juice saturation right so that there's no gurgling on this thing. It takes finesse. And as you can hear, just a bit of crackling, but no gurgling, sir. No gurgling. There you go. So it can be done. But lovely, lovely atomizer this. And then we've got our beast again, which I started up. Our 21700 series. Dual 21700, I tell you. And just check at the clouds, huh? Check at them clouds. Those clouds are so thick, you might cause a Boeing 747 to go into accident mode, I tell you. Yo. Right. And then everyone, okay, let's quickly go before I get to behind again there, all the way from Hungary. Good evening. Christian, I've been there last time. Naand almal, Guardos, Etienne. There's Guardos again. George. Yeah, is that George? Is that to simplify things for myself? Okay, good things. Okay, I just want to change the top chat to live chat. I want to get that out of the way. So that is good. Christian says, my pot give up and I started smoking again, but love to watch your video. Christian, no man! Gooi die stinkpype weg. I just read another article today confirming the 7,300 plus chemicals inside smokes, man. You know, and when you light up the smoke, 70 plus carcinogens. Have a heart. And I mean, in my biology class, I've got glass bottles full of what is called formaldehyde. And that's what we use to preserve little snakes and scorpions and fetuses and stuff like that. And that is inside cigarettes as well. So yeah, please try and get back onto your pods. As I said, these little things, small little things, which are very effective, they actually do the job. And I'm also going to show you another little device tonight, which I actually think might help a lot of people as well. Because, well, we'll get to that when we do the slideshow. Okay, we'll get to that then. But the first thing I actually want to say, yeah, the Dany 21700 is a super classy mod. Absolutely. And that's why I've got a connoisseur inside here, which is a classy tobacco, brandy, or cognac tobacco. There you go. Smooth. And then I also got a surprise 2 days ago. During lockdown, I helped a lot of people then. Obviously because they couldn't get cigarettes. A lot of people transitioned and my name came up and started spreading, and then a lot of guys came around the house. And one of them was an older bloke, retired, very friendly guy. And I helped him out a lot. And the last time he actually ordered juice, what he normally does is he orders twaki, and then he also orders this, a bottle of each, and then he likes to mix it. 2/3 twaki and 1/3 of this peppermint, which I've got over here. And he enjoys that. And he just told me he's going to Struisbaai. And there 2 days ago he knocks on my door with a package in his hand. And you cannot believe what the guy gives me. A galjoen, I tell you. A galjoen, which he already deboned for us. Amazing. Cleaned it, cut it in the middle through the half. But I don't know, if you don't know what galjoen is, and you're not as impressed as what I'm making it sound, then you've got a problem. Because there's a few fish in our local waters that are worth standing upright and saluting. And the galjoen is one of them. The kabeljou is another one. And then another fish which we really enjoy is sole. That I like a lot. Not a big fan of snoek, because snoek has just got too many grate inside of it. Too many small little grate. Little bones, put it that way. And ach man, that's not lekker. My oom het my gesê, word 'n member, dan sal hy my help met, nee, ons gaan vir jou baie help, met jy nie worry nie, jy hoef nie 'n member te word nie. My oom het gesê, word 'n member, hy sal my help met dit. Nee, jou oom kan jou help met ander goeders. Jy hoef nie te worry nie, ons sal vir jou uitsort. We've already got the drag 3, which you've already got, that's sorted out. There's TPP coils on the way to you, that's sorted out. There's the batteries, 2 new 18650s, and that's where I just want to thank the members for all these things. Because Warren Dean is going to send you a charger, he's going to send you batteries. I'm not even sure what else he's sending you, but he showed me a picture of it. Rob Fisher, when he comes back, he's going to have a look around for juice. Here at the back, there's a Kylan Mini V2, brand new, which I'm sponsoring you. There's coils, there's juice, and then G Monkey's vape shop as well, popped in here this afternoon. He's got additional coils as well, with cotton bacon, and then there's a build stand as well. So those things here at the back. And then Vos, was also decided to sponsor one of his 100 milliliter milkshakes. Look at that little man. It's called Damwater, Arbei Melk Skommel. Pure Afrikaans, want local is lekker, ne? Local is lekker. So yeah, that's over there. And then additionally, I also already built the Kylan Mini V2 for you. I've already put in cotton bacon prime inside there for you. All you need to do is, just as an alternative, if you're tired of your TPP coils, just pop on the Kylan V2. It's single coil. I'm giving you 4 additional white collar blue aliens, which are prima. So there's from white collar as well. And then I think Midnight might be sending something from overseas, but that can take quite a long time to actually get here though. But there's a lot. Dion Dunhauser, he's the guy sending you coils. So don't you chill. You just remove yourself from the members list. There's G Monkeys as well. Mark Richardson, it is on eSig SA. eSig SA, yeah. eSig SA. I will quickly link you to that ad, but I cannot believe no one has purchased it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna do you a solid and post the link quickly inside chat over here, and then you can go and check it out. There you go. Jurgens, Nancy Jurgens is in the house. You guys that own vape shops, you must pay special attention to the slideshow tonight. There's something which you need to pre-order ASAP. And I'm fairly certain that it's going to do well. It should sell out, but you will see that. I made some decent slides out of it, so it's not a problem. Rufus Kane, evening all. Rufus, lekker om in die huis te wees. Alweer my broer, waar kan ek pots koop? You can buy pots at vape shops. Just Google what pod you're looking for and afterwards co.za, and then something might pop up, and just look for one in your area, closest to where you are. Okay, tennis. Wat is hier nog? Syndicate, the message is out. Jacob ARSA. Yeah, no, you're gonna how can I say, the bot is gonna block you if you use dirty language here. Dirty language. I actually, yes, like it. I was so angry yesterday. Oh my word. But it's because I go to so much effort with my learners, man. And they had an activity, but I saw both my senior grade 12 classes on one day, but the one in period 1 and the other one in period 5. And then it came to my attention that some of the kids in period 1 actually gave some of the questions of the assessment, which they did, and it counts for marks for term 1, but they informed the second group. And and I was expecting a bit more from these guys, but yeah, I was so angry. I actually swore in class, but I did apologize afterwards. Yeah, but either that or I would have smacked the kids closest to me out of frustration. But yes, I was so angry. Ilandre Delport, yes, goeienaand Ilandre. Daar by 4 London, agter die groot klip, is daar 'n special stash syndicate, okay. Andrew Kemp, ek gaan sien, dit is daar. Naampense, there's Alan John Burrows. I'm going to show you photos. Alan John Burrows linked me 2 links because we spoke about e-pipes last week, but I mean, I'll talk about a bit about the e-pipes again. And then, Alan, I will show you what the problem is with those e-pipes, with the links which you actually sent me, which is available on Bidderbuy. But yeah, those are not exactly what I'm actually looking for. But in any case, love my drag, dankie. Julle en Keizer kan nie wag om hom te gebruik nie. Baie dankie. Charles, it's a pleasure. It's a privilege to help you out, so don't worry about it. And also, if your son Adrian is watching, there you go, Adrian. A special shout out to you, boy. And I'm glad you're actually enjoying the channel and you're enjoying the chats and following the chats inside the little box on the right hand side. Wat is bloedplasma nou weer? Yeah, I've got a life science channel. You might just pop that question on the life science channel and then I will answer you. Charles, geniet het, maat. In Gauteng, goeiemôre. Thanks, Keizer. Thanks. All right, so yeah, thank you very much, members, for you guys actually just jumping in and helping out. Honestly, do appreciate it. That is super of you guys to be able to do that. Do not worry. Don't worry about donations tonight. I'm not sure what is going on with AdSense. I've got no idea. I mean, AdSense has basically been silenced for about 2 months. Nothing is happening on AdSense. So these donations, I'm not sure what's going to happen to them. I think they're just going to disappear in the World Wide Web. So until anything happens, and I tell you guys that it is active again, do not donate anything, right? So keep that to yourselves. So that's the first thing which I actually just wanted to mention. I just want to shout out to everyone, and if I missed anyone, please just let me know. Alan said, is dit nie alleenlik rooi bloedselle nie? No, blood plasm is not. Blood bodies is the red blood cells, white blood cells, and blood platelets, or erythrocytes, leukocytes, and thrombocytes. But blood plasma is the liquid component, of which water is the main feature, but contains a lot of other stuff inside, which has obviously been dissolved, except that there's a bit of lipids inside. But anywho, so Ross, donkey AC, did. Alright, so I also told you that I would be telling you the story of my grandmother. So I don't know how many of you guys actually believe in ghosts, but it's actually an amazing, how can I say, chain of events that happened to her. Now, if you know Cape Town area, you would know there's a very posh beachside area called Blouberg Strand. Let me just quickly take a vape before I get there. And Blouberg Strand is close to one of the most well-known kuierplekke called Blue Peter. And my grandmother had a beach house very close to Blue Peter, and we went there a lot when we were kids. And then after my grandfather died, now they were religious to a sense, but I mean the typical type of religion which most people probably classify as, which is not true, but they like to think, because just to suppress the guilty feelings of maybe going to the wrong place one day, whatever the case may be. But after my grandfather died, it was a triple-story house, but the bottom floor was actually a basement where my grandfather did woodwork. He was a retired veterinary surgeon. So in any case, after his death, this is now according to grandmother, she started hearing footsteps. Now there was a spiral staircase, a metal spiral staircase running from the second floor to the top floor, where she was obviously, where she's sleeping, which is the main part of the house. And she started hearing footsteps as if somebody is going up and down these spiral cases. That's according to her. We never heard anything when we visited her and actually slept over. And then she started ignoring it, and she had a piano in the house. And certain nights the piano would start playing, she would say. So anywho, and she ignored that. And then doors started closing and opening inside her house. I mean, we're talking about poltergeist right over here. Poltergeist, I tell you. And then she got in a pastor to come through her house. And this pastor looked at the house, and what they saw is, because she was a very fancy old lady, she had a lot of marble statues. And a lot of her statues were of Greek gods, okay, like Venus, the goddess of love and stuff like that, Thor, okay, mythological gods, not all Greek, some Roman as well. But anywho, and then this guy said, but he thinks it's those statues. Those statues are creating a portal, a portal to the demon realm. So she decided, no, she doesn't believe it though. And then she said one night she heard a big crash. And then when she went into the sitting room, one of these statues actually fell over. And they're extremely heavy. Those things don't fall over. I mean, we as kids couldn't even move the stuff. They were big statues and very heavy. So in any case, and she got in another pastor. And this guy was an exorcist. And he came into the house with his scepter. And then he started blessing the house. And he told her that she had to break certain of those statues. They had to not throw it away, break them. And then from the top floor, she got workers that one by one threw these marble statues and broke them. Any case, and she thought she was done with that. And then one night, she says, she woke up and there was this dark cloud in a room right above her. She says, about a meter above her. A black cloud just moving about. And then she stared at this cloud, and all of a sudden, she says, a hand comes out of this cloud. An arm comes out of this cloud and grips her around her neck. And she had marks, and that's what freaked us out a bit there. She had marks around her neck. So whether she dreamed this thing and did it to herself, whether it's a bit of old age kicking in there. But yeah, and then the pastor obviously came back and identified another statue. And that statue apparently fixed everything when that was broken. So yeah, so that's the story of my grandmother. And I mean, I even thought I saw a ghost one night, and I thought I experienced somebody following me, and I actually saw footsteps inside puddles. But as I said, the brain is an amazing thing. So sometimes because you're so scared, you start imagining these things. So yeah, I don't know, maybe there's somebody out there that are interested in this kind of stuff. Anywho, kom ons kyk geraas. A revenant, you say. It's not a pastor, a revenant. Right. Sjaal, geniet het maat, sê die man. Daar sê hy, dankie keizer vir Adrian. Daar is geen probleem nie. No, these guys are sensible inside this chat. You guys mustn't come up with stuff like that. If you want to talk in the chat, you must just have a sensible conversation or comments. For sure, right? Hier's 'n movie se klomp hartjies hier van Jacob Barsa. Ag ja, nee, tipies, right. There you go. Ponk, môre se toets is vir rekmerke. Ek het nie rek nie. Zach Damon, welcome over there. Yes, man sukkel met invloed en rede. Wat is 'n oorboeking? Here nee, ek gaan my perd blok. Nee, dit is belaglik. I'm going to remove this guy. Yeah. Okay, this first message deleted. If you give another ridiculous message like that, then I'm going to have to remove you from the channel. I'll hide you, and I'm sure I will have the support of my members. Most definitely. So come up with something constructive, mate. Kaiser from the UK, Great Britain, I finally got my hands on the Impy RDA. Just waiting for it to arrive. Wow. Gee whiz, Michael Ross, where did you pick up the Impy? A bit of a local atomizer that actually reached the waters across the shore. It'd be interesting to hear what your thoughts on the Impy is. I'm not sure what you paid for the Impy, whether you actually bought him second hand, etc., but it would be interesting. Sjaal van die kerk, okay, daar sê weer baie dankie. Ek skrikkelik baie dankies. Spook oorboeking is wat ek het. Okay, nee, ek right dit. As ek weer so ding sien, gaan ek hom definitief moet blok. Okay, nee, wat right. Hide user from this channel. There you go. You had your chance. But you decided to mess it up again. Anywho, oorbooking is wanneer oorboek, filling up the reload RTA with some blimey to enjoy the show. All I am vaping these days. Job well done, Kaiser. Really appreciate it. As I said, there's a lot of excellent juices out there, but you just come across that one which you can just vape a lot of the times and you just do not get tired of it. And I was lucky that this is one of those juices. I mean, yes, I wouldn't mind if I can come across another two maybe, because I'm just a bit worried that I might. Not that I think it's going to happen, because I just enjoy every damn vape from Blimey. But if I just can get another two, just for safety's sake, then it would be actually awesome though. Yeah, the supernatural comforts. I mean, I'm fascinated with that kind of stuff. Not that I believe it at all, but it's just so interesting. To read these stories and to hear these things of people witnessing certain stuff, and I mean, it fascinates me. Even the Loch Ness and the Abominable Snowman, I smoke those things, and UFOs. I mean, I will believe in a UFO if I wake up one morning and there's a little green bloke walking with his zapper in my backyard, and then we talk whatever language he's going to speak, and then I would say, all right, fair and well, guys, you are around. I've seen it, but it just bothers me that the technology is so far ahead. I mean, there was a young little teacher which was sitting into my classes for about a week, And he showed me a video today of a nanobot. You cannot believe it until you actually see it. It's a real video. They created a nanobot which can capture a sperm and guide the sperm to the egg cell. Can you imagine the technology that goes into something like that? A nanobot that captures a sperm and guides it. It's almost this little spiral thing. Now, I mean, that is how far we are technology-wise. Now, you just explain to me why never you see a fantastic high-definition photo of any of these supernatural things or even these unidentified objects. Nothing. It's always this blurry crap. And that is probably the first reason why I would not be susceptible until there are better footage which actually has been certified, justified or whatever by the experts. Right, okay, ek oefen huidiglik vir Ironman, die pod systems het my lewe gered, affekteer glad nie my fiksheid nie, en ken dis absoluut 100%. 100%. I mean, in retrospect, if you're moving off from vaping though, and even if you're just vaping flavors, it should not impact your body at all. I mean, I didn't find any difference or any negatives when I started vaping. I just experienced positives. So I'm a total pro when it comes to, now, pro in the sense of I would always support the vaping situation above the smoking situation. But what I will not do is support the vaping situation above somebody not smoking. So I would rather recommend somebody to not vape at all, because it is a device which needs to be used as a transitional device to get somebody off the nicotine, you understand? But in the process, I'm really enjoying the flavors, certainly. But fresh air, I mean, well, then again, where do you get fresh air these days? You actually have to go to the mountains to get fresh air. Michael Ross Kaiser, I got it from Bearded Vikings Customs. Great stuff. I hope you enjoy it though. I mean, it is well made. It's a bit blingy, bit shiny for me though. Also would have preferred that the copper drip tip, I think the brass, it's a brass drip tip, that they actually just put on a different, I'm not a big fan of the metal drip tips, but I mean, it's very well made, and I think you should enjoy it though, you should enjoy it. There's Zach Damon. Zach Damon also enjoys his Blimey. I'm glad you like the Blimey. I love the supernatural, says Michael Ross. Paranormal is something I have loved from an early age. If you guys, I still think one of the best horror movies of all times is Blair Witch 1. The first Blair Witch, not the second one. The second one was a hopeless fail. But the first one, oh my word, you almost never see anything supernatural, but you get so scared in that thing. But yeah, and then there's those guys, what are they? The ghost hunters. Those guys, they just make it so intense, and then the meter goes off, and then all of a sudden they might have, but you never see something. So obviously, no, it's staged. And those kind of things, I don't like watching that. But that movie, holy crap sack, I enjoyed that. I thought it was a brilliant horror. I paid 75 to 80 pounds with the postage. Okay, it's not bad. No, that's actually a very good price which you paid. And what is it, 1,600? So yeah, no, I think it's a very, very decent price. DB Brewery is selling German gobblers that hold 2 liters of beer, but I love Kaiser gobblers. Gobbler's juice. Dennis, do you still have some of the Gobbler's juice? The gobbler. You don't know what the gobbler is? That is the caramel, peppermint caramel toffee. That is nogal lekker. It's nogal lekker. Maybe I should post. Haven't I posted that recipe yet? Maybe that's the recipe which I should post this month. Is the recipe for gobbler. If you're into MTL, well, I mean, you can make it. But as I say, I do not like vaping the desserts into my direct lung setup, sir, because desserts clog up your cotton and your coils, unfortunately, very quickly though, because it's got a lot of pigments and sugar inside of it. So I like to push fruits through my RTAs and my RDAs. But when it comes to MTL, I mean, I'll vape anything on MTL though, anything, because you don't waste a lot of cotton though. It's easy quickly to dry burn these coils. It's not much of an issue. But the gobbler is a very nice MTL juice, oh my word. That's lekker. It's lekker op 5 plekke. Ons vat hierdie ding. Aliens only got to the USA, scared of South Africa. Yeah, I'm not sure if anybody in South Africa has ever actually come forward though with decent footage or anything like that about UFOs. But I'm sure there's a couple of Free Staters, because I mean you've got a wide area for good views in the Free State. This was a plat provinsie daar. Daar's net muurshope en milies. Over there, my boys het nie nanobots nodig om hulle target nie. My boytjies ken van swem. Yeah. I'm busy with reproduction with my grade 12s, and I mean it's what I enjoy reproduction a lot, because there's so much facts which the kids do not get, which they don't know about. So much facts. And I mean one thing which actually amazes me about it is that when you see a kid who's down, or a kid with a low self-esteem, all I do is I just tell him, you must just remember, you started life as a winner. And it's true. Just think about it. Just think about it. I'm not going to get deep here tonight. I mean, it is weekend coming though. We're going to braai 'n galjoen this weekend. Lekker. But just think about it. It takes you, what, 270 million sperm cells? Minimum sperm cells in a ejaculate. Minimum. And you were the product of that first one to get there, that first sperm. So you started life as the winner of a competition with 270 million minimum other athletes, and you were the best out of them. So yeah, so there's no reason for you to feel bad. Think about that. So yeah, and work around that idea. But I just think it's a very good thought. And another thing which is nice, which people don't think of, and I didn't think of it when I was younger, is that no matter, I mean, death is something which is inevitable. It's going to happen. It's going to happen to everyone. But one thing that will always remain on this planet of you is your genetics. Think about that, eh? Yeah? But we don't. But I do, because it is my field, it's biology. It's something which you carry over via your gametes to your kids. And that, your and your wife's recipe become their recipe. And their recipe gets carried over. But it's actually your original recipe that's just been changed a bit. But it's just amazing to think about it. So everything might disappear on this planet, but your genes are something which you'll always have there. I think it's lekker. It's nice. It's nice. It's deep, ne boys? It's deep. So before we go on to the slideshow, let's quickly see what's going on there. South Africa will steal the... Nico, you're absolutely right. That's probably the reason why UFOs avoid South Africa. As soon as they land, they will steal the tires, they will steal the rims, they will steal the spaceship's radio. Those oaks, when they just come back from their recce, their reconnaissance mission through the town, when they come back, they will be lucky if there's a metal panel lying on the floor. But this whole thing would have been stripped, repainted already, or resprayed. The engine number would have been changed. And the oaks would be flying around with it somewhere else in Gauteng. So that is absolute waar. I mean, and it's not that I'm pessimistic at all. I mean, I'm just realistic. That's realistic. I'll never forget, there was a guy that did a fundraiser and he drove with his bike all the way from the top of Africa. I think he started in Egypt, not sure, but he started right at the top of Africa, and then he went through all of these different countries, and he obviously ended in the Western Cape, in Cape Town. And then when somebody had an interview with this guy, when he was done with the interview, his bike was stolen. His bike with all his stuff on the back. He goes through Africa. He evades lions and monkeys, and there's portions with gorillas and with all these various tribes. He goes through all of them, no problem. He's still got his bike. And then he gets here to the Western Cape and he underestimates the power of the local South African. bicycle gone. Dit is gesteel. Ek sal nooit daai storie vergeet nie. Oh my word. Any case, Zulu sal jou eet, want Amerikaners hou nie van fake news nie. My boys het die nanobots nodig vir hulle target nie. Kan die groen blouks my koppel by die skool? Okay, daar is hy, dis ek verby, daar is my hide user from channel. That's gone. Assassino, you're there, Michael Ross. Guys, I'm interested in how the airflow is going to work for me with the deck. I don't know if you watched my video on it, Michael. I did do a video on the Impi RDA. The Blair Witch Project, or one of my favorites, is the Wickerman, the original. I haven't watched the Wickerman, to be quite honest. But the Blair Witch, holy crap sack. As I say, it was one of those phenomenal movies where I think it's probably one of the lowest budget movies of all time, raking in the most money at the box office. And they didn't really have any special effects. I think it was just these 3 students. But the way in which it was done, that it's almost this reality type of event, it's what made it scary. And then at that last part in the house, oh my crap sack. So ek my anus het net so gemaak. Beslis. My reuk smaak en asemhaling baie verbeter van dat ek vape 3 jaar laas verkoue gehad. It's true. Smoking also does is suppresses your immune system. Absolutely true. And another thing, when you vape, you're happier. And when you're happier, your body releases endorphins. And endorphins also boost your immune system. And that's what's also a nice added bonus to this. And I feel so sorry for vaping that's getting such a flack from the general public. The people that do not inform themselves or do not go to the trouble of just informing themselves about vaping. It's so sad. Of course, I mean, it is such a nice event. Okay, almost done nou weer. Ek stem Peer. Ek het 5 kids. Scariest movie. Hier spring hy nou lekker. Here is Michael Oberholzer. Michael Oberholzer, Winged Honors member. Here, luckily I see that. Okay, I maybe need to just go back up. Maybe I missed that. Michael Oberholzer, to really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Jurgen says the scariest horror movies ever saw was my wedding video. Yeah, Jurgens, you can only type in something like that if your wife's not watching, huh? The scariest video is the wedding video, oh my word. I should actually show you some photos. My wife went to go and visit the family in Melkbos Strand last night, and then she brought back some photos which were taken on our trip when we were in Canada. But maybe I will show you that photos, but there's a lot of stories I can tell you. Oh my word. I'm not sure if you guys are interested in these stories or you actually want to keep it vape related. But I will tell you what, because we grew up with engines underneath our balls, put it that way. In grade 8, I was driving around with a Yamaha 1100 in town. That's the type of kids which we were. So when my brother-in-law actually invited us to Canada to go over, he paid obviously the tickets and stuff like that. Because, I mean, he's a doctor in Canada. They make a law of money. And he rented us Polaris snowmobiles. And, yeah, the damage we caused to those snowmobiles. But I'll tell you that maybe next time when I actually show you the photos. For sure. The gobbler is that the wife on a good night. Pierre Harding also likes gobbler. So you must just remind me, as I said, I'm not sure whether I've posted the recipe. Just let me know if you want me to post the recipe if I have not done that. And I will absolutely do it for you members. But gobbler is a very, 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 very nice. If you're into peppermint caramel toffee, you're really going to like it. I mean, you get those. Ja, wat is hy toffee se naam? My vrou was mal oor gewees. Nah, can't remember now. I'm not even going to try. But I know it was in a clear paper, and it was almost this rectangular toffee. And that's what it tastes like. And then you got the one with a little green line running through it, which was the peppermint. And that's what gobbler tastes like. But yeah, so not sure. Paranormal Activity was heavy, nerve-wracking as jy die eerste keer kyk, maar disappointing, dat all stage was, yeah, that's true as a senior, I just can't handle things like that, where the people just make it worse, or create some other atmosphere, which you know it is not over there, just to get the show going, because I mean, how many episodes or seasons of Paranormal Activity was there, and has anyone ever seen anything, except the dial, or a torchlight quickly flashing in the background? That's absolutely crap. Hey, Southbron is here. Southbron. Okay, notepad, whoops, wrong window. Vrystaat is baas. Vrystaat. Vrystaat mense is vriendelike mense, ja. Ag man, jy kry goeie mense oral, man. But it was just strange to me when we actually went to Sun City and actually went through the Free State to see all these anthills and stuff like that. But yeah, there's Michael. Welcome to the honors, Michael. Truly appreciate it. Arianto says he overslept. No problem, Arianto. You're here now. Bloemfontein is so plat. Jy kan jou hond vir 2 weke sien weghardloop. I don't know if you guys remember Tola van der Merwe. One of the best things I ever heard Tola say. And he's a very nice guy, by the way. Not sure if I ever told you that I actually probably DJ'd from the age of 18. I actually DJ'd earlier though, but I wouldn't call it DJ at school though. But I started playing school sokkies. And we just saw the rich people, we'd go to them, ask them, listen, can we borrow your hi-fi? And because it's Mamasbury and everyone knows you, they normally say yeah. And then we just play the sokkie with these people's hi-fi. But in any case, after school, we started building our own speakers though. And then we started progressed with that specific situation. Ja, maar wat wil ek nog gesê? Ja, ek het nog vergeet. But yeah. In any case, so one of the functions I actually played music with, it was a function where Tola van der Merwe was. And he actually came to sit next to me at the DJ box. It was a party at Klein William at the Dam. And just a normal guy, and he just chatted. A lekker ook, man. But he said that he went through a town which was so ugly that when he noticed that when the birds fly over the town, they fly upside down because they're too scared to look down at the town because the town is so ugly. Imagine how ugly a town must be if birds fly over, but they fly over upside down. Ja, dat was my so goed geweest. I'm sure Kaiser is one in his backyard. Treinspoor. Welke taal is dit? Nederlands of Engels? It is called Afrikaans. Afrikaans. Naand Arianto, naand ouwens, hy Louis, hy Jurgens, allemaal sê daar is lekker, ons wil net nie te veel mis nie. Keizer wou nog vraag, the Coil Father RTA se shipping nog baie kwaai. We'll get the King RTA, but as I said, tonight I'm going to show you another RTA, which I think would be just so interesting. Let's quickly go on to that before we actually run out of time. Let's quickly run through a few of these items which I want to show you. And the first item is there you go. It's a little ohm reader and a little firing device, ohm tab, put it that way. And what I liked about that ohm tab is that it's from BP Mods, because I know the Pioneer MTL RTA was very popular in South Africa, or still is very popular in South Africa, and that's from the company BP Mods. And then they decided to bring out this ohm reader. So any of you guys are looking for one of them, there's a new bloke. It would just be nice if somebody brings out a 21700 ohm reader, just to know that it's going to last you 2 weeks with that 21700. I would buy a 21700 ohm reader, but I've already got one. I mean, I'm happy with this ohm reader. This little guy from Coilmaster, I think. Yeah, Coilmaster. The 521 Mini V2. That's the one which I have. And then there's the Geek Vape Obelisk. For you folks, seeing that you're enjoying the drag so much, Charles also sent me a photo of it, and I told him I've already seen this bloke. But unfortunately, it has got an internal battery, internal LiPo. So yeah, but that is at least something which is new, if you want to have a look at that. And then what you see over there is the Vulver, as in Wolverine, the Vulver RTA. That is, if you're wondering why the picture is so bad, because that's the only pictures which I can get of it. And that is Mr. Vaping with Vic's new RTA in collaboration with Hell Vape. Now, if you remember, I think I showed you a photo last week of just the top portion with a drip tip. But that is apparently the bloke, what it looks like. And yeah, it's got side airflow, it's got bottom airflow, it takes dual coils though, it's got a large capacity. So yeah, I think it's a fairly big RTA if you have a look at the thing over there. But in any case, so you apparently, as soon, that is the second, what can I say, the second prototype is that specific one. That's apparently the prototype which he's happy with. So as soon as it reaches him, he will make a video about it though. But that's the Vulver RTA, in case you were wondering what Vic is hiding from you. And then we've got this little bloke. Now yeah, there's a reason. I know the Manico has been out for quite a while there, but then they brought out the Manic Smart Kit, which I think is a very nice option for beginners to actually start out, because people like these sub-ohm coils. It's probably the coils which sell the most, let's be honest. I mean, even Jurgens, which is in the chat over here, that's got a shop, and G-Monkey, Ilandre Botma is here, which has got a shop, will tell you that's probably what people buy. That buy these devices which take the sub-ohm coils or the pre-built little cylindrical metal coils. And at least with this one, you can get this kit additionally, the Smart P&P. And these coils which you can build yourself is not only usable on the smart device, the Manic device, but it's also compatible with Vupu's devices, which take the P&P coils, as well as Vaporesa's GTX coil devices. So yeah, so I think it's absolutely an option to go for, which means that at the top is what you will get inside the kit. So you can absolutely build your own coils. That basically you're going to ohm out at 0.2 ohms around that specific situation. But yeah, you get different meshes there, and it is a lot cheaper than buying those separate coils as well. And Vaping with Vic actually built one of them in his video, which he did on this specific device. And he said he cannot distinguish any difference between the coil which he built and the coil which comes stock with the mod, which was factory built, put it that way. So I think it's absolutely something which you can look into. And there are the different meshes which you can actually use with it. So yeah, I think it's cool beans. Check out that. If you're into this specific situation, I like to play around with it. Because I mean, I haven't built one of those things yet. I mean, the thing which I probably built, which took me the longest to build, was probably the Caliburn, I think. The Caliburn. But there's the one I'm talking about. Now, I did mention it previously. But now, obviously, there are better footage, better photos, better illustrations out on what is called the Troll X RTA. By Watofa. By Watofa. And unfortunately, it is not available yet. It is on pre-order. But I will definitely get myself one of these. Definitely. And the reason why is the following. Check out there. Check out those decks. Holy crap sack. Obviously, I will run mine in dual coil. For sure, I'm interested in dual coil. But having that range of airflow at the bottom. And not only that, if you look, go back again. Just look at that chimney. That chimney slopes to a point, which I think is absolutely lovely. Which is absolutely great. But if you're not happy with that, check else what you can do. Check out that photo. You can actually replace that whole airflow, that little honeycomb situation, with a slit situation, which has got more airflow. And besides that, you have got airflow intake from 3 sides at the bottom. So I would definitely give this guy a go. Absolutely. Absolutely. I seriously think it's going to have nice flavor if I look at the design. I mean, just look at the deck again. Holy crap sack. Hy lyk lekker. Hy lyk lekker op 5 plekke. Alright. And then there's this, which is a Stephen Walker sent me this. He emailed me this. Now, using the dialess drill bit portion, the front portion, those are some of the coils which they actually managed to make. And yeah, they look much better than the coils which I started out with, to be quite honest. I mean, I would put any of those coils, I would put inside my devices, for sure. So well done on that, Stephen. I think they look good, man, good. Yeah, but I see there's no aliens over there. So you must start making the aliens. But yeah, just get well accustomed with your Claptons so that you can get the feeling of the 38 gauge, the tension of the 38 gauge, because Aliens is a bit more tricks involved in making Aliens though. But once you manage it, you're actually cool beans. And there's that what Alan actually sent me. But the problem with that E-pipe is the batteries. I mean, it's not an 18650. What's that? An 18350 little battery over there. Yeah, I'm not looking for an E-pipe with that. And the problem with the other E-pipe, you have got a proprietary atomizer which you need to use. So I'm not a fan of that. And I know the E-pipe. This E-pipe is also available in South Africa. But again, it takes the 18350, and you've got the situation of atomizer. You've got a proprietary atomizer inside. So the E-pipe I am looking for is that. That is what I am looking for. A 18650, which you can put on your own 22mm and smaller, and put on your own drip tip at the top. That is what I want. That shape as well. That is the shape which I would be interested in. So yeah, if we maybe can get our minds together and try and make something like that, maybe with some unique South African emblem or something engraved on the side, whatever. But I think that would be kind of enjoyable. I see a lot of people would use that traditional looking pipe. And even if you just use the stem portion as your 18650 insert and you make it a mechanical one. As I said, once you've got bills, your coil bills, and because a lot of people might buy those pipes, they would come up with bills which come out at 0.8 or come out at 1 ohm or whatever, so that you can get that perfect vape on that thing. I think this guy can take off. Then you do not need any regulated chip on this little guy as well. But I like that shape. That shape is lekker op 5 plekke. Alright, kom ons kyk gou wat mis ons hierso. Sjaal van die kerk, die helfte van Johannesburg se spore is ook weg. Hierdie mense steel verskriklik. Hulle rob verskriklik. That's a nightmare in my life at the moment. Ek dink daai toffee se naam is Toblerone. Toblerone. No, Toblerone is a lekker chocolate. Toblerone is those Swiss Alp chocolates. Those things which has got a bit of crunchiness or nuttiness on the inside. That's lekker. I like Toblerone. They're just too expensive, man. Too expensive. Keizer wou nog vra, kyk, daar is die koolvader waarvan ons hier so het. Shoo! Here, ewe skielik spring hierdie chat. A maso to the bottom, all the way. The Wolverine, no, it's the Wolverine, not the Wolverine, the Wolverine. That's the way which Vic spelled the thing, Wolverine. Or the Wolver, not the Wolverine, the Wolver. W-U-L. Now there's a lot. Okay, I'm so glad I don't live in the US right now. Yeah, the US, those guys have got a problem. Those guys have got a huge problem. But on the other hand, the problem is going to be for the normal bloke on the street. The problem is not going to be for these vapors or members of the vape shows or stuff like that. Those oaks all know how to operate, which way to go, where to find the stuff, etc. But it's for the normal bloke, which have got no idea that there are vaping videos out on YouTube. They're going to struggle. I think so. Impressed with the DAG 3, just strange that the batteries goes quick in it. I don't know. After my batteries wasn't that bad though. My battery life was fairly decent though. But yeah, not as good as what others were, but I mean I could still get a day out of it. The Futon, I need one, don't have one. Kort so ding, Zach Diamond, the dwarf, probably the Track 3. Loop doeksag met die batterye. Ja, nee, I also don't know. But I mean, Zach probably is vaping at 140 watts. Then your batteries are going to drain quick. And that's the problem which I have with the Manic. I just can't understand that the LiPo which they've got inside the Manic is a 2000, but then they decide to make all the coils 0.2 ohms. I don't think the battery is going to last that long if you're going to vape 0.2 ohms, because I mean you need to vape it at between 40 and 50 watts. And recommended wattage for those kind of coils. But no, yeah, just should have made it bigger. Just should have made it 18650 or yeah, to at least a 21700 would have been awesome, man. But no, hulle doen nie dit nie. Daar's Delaray is hierson. Delaray Stein is in die huis. Naan sê, great Jurgens, let's see what it is. The Wolverine RTA, I believe, is going to be released sometime in April this year, from Vaping with Vic, as saying on his channel, and some other live shows. Yeah, but I would look at the Wolverine RTA, but I'm more interested, to be quite honest, in that Troll X RTA. That thing looks lekker. That thing looks very, very nice. Okay, Jurgens, aren't you getting the Watofo Smart PNP call? Yes, 100%. There's Midnight. Hey, Midnight, thanks for joining. So yeah, now I might buy the Drag S. Aim 6, only the Drag S has got the auto draw function. Lol, Midnight, we'll have to see the deck to make sure it's a rip-off. Okay, thanks for answering. I was looking everywhere. I want that RTA. Drag S. Couldn't find an answer, but logically it seemed that it wouldn't have the auto drag anyways. Okay, still on the Drag S. The RG series has got auto draw, yeah, but the RG series has got a paint issue. That's why I say I'm not sure about the Drag's paint job, the Drag 3, but that's the reason why I actually got myself the clean look, the metal one, which doesn't have the paint job on it. But I mean, hopefully, and I would think that the Drag 3 will have a better paint job for sure. Mahmoud Malek looking at getting a couple. The Drag X has got auto drag, troll. There's going to do same thing with the Troll X. They did with the Violator RPA by QP Designs. Yeah, I just think the Troll X would be cheaper though. But I'm still going to want to try it. Most certainly, I'll definitely want to try it. Okay, the pipe. Really, oh my God. Jurgens, I'd like to add the smart call to my order for the Aries V2. There's Nico Liver jumping in there. Nico, you must order some wood to make us pipes. The Aries V2. I wouldn't mind if somebody actually gets in the Aries V2 now, because I would like a different color as well. I would like to get myself the black one. Right, okay, so that Camry, you can change the atty. I have one. Yeah, but the thing is, Mark, the Camry's problem is doesn't it have an internal battery there, or does it take the 18350? The thing is, I want a thing which lasts me a bit, even if I build up to 0.8 ohms, I've got no problem. I mean, the build which I've currently got in here is if I'm not mistaken, more than 1 ohm. Okay, you won't be able to see that, but it's 1.07 ohms in this guy at the moment, and I'm vaping it at 20 watts, and it's giving me a lovely vape. Absolutely. So yeah, so having a pipe with an 18650 with a build like this, imagine how long it's going to last you. And that's what it's about. Okay, so if you want a custom pipe, okay, there you go. If you want a custom pipe style vape, you should check out Vape Smarter. He does custom pipes from stabwood or any wood, even Juma. Yeah, but I think, Michael, it's going to be way too expensive to get that into South Africa. I mean, with Nico Libba on my side, I think we can make a very nice pipe for, I would reckon, about 1,000 Rand. And I think people would pay that amount for that pipe. So yeah, that would be nice. I'm working on a design for the e-pipe. Lekker Nico. So Nico, there's these things happening down there in the Libba house. So that's cool. Good. Okay, problem for us to import as well. And that's another thing. I've got no idea what's going on these Chinese sites as well. Are there any sites that still do DHL? Because I think 3A Vape is also off DHL. I mean, I wanted to order a few things from there, and then the only two options which they give you is the 40 to 60 business days. And I'm not going to wait that long for something. Absolutely not. So that is actually sad. 40 watches. Oh my word. Calvin just came out of the shower. He washed his nuts. These nuts. So he's nice and fresh now. I'm on day 4 with my battery in the jelly box on MTL. It's because it's a 21700 force. That's why I say, if you want to go MTL, you need 21700 devices. That's lekker. That's lekker. I must actually just quickly check if somebody actually bought the K-Fun Lite now. I'm going to be interested to actually see. I can't believe, is this still available? There, Mark R asked, yes it is. The guy answered. So there's somebody that showed interest 46 minutes ago, but has not claimed it for himself officially yet. But it's a good buy, I'm telling you now. 22 millimeter. I would have loved to have that. What's Jurgen's website? Jurgen's website is Int Vapor. I will type it in, INKD. Vapor. There you go. That's Int Vapor for you. Yeah, Pierre Harding also mentioned it. That's cool beans. Yeah, people. I'm so sorry that I'm so behind. Drag 3 0.12 ohm. Yeah, but I've got to say, those TPP calls are absolutely phenomenal. Mahmoud, I definitely want to get myself the Druga Foxy 1. Jurgens knows about it. I'm just looking for the silver and black edition. So I'm just waiting for somebody to bring in that silver black edition. And then he said he is going to, I think he's going to get it though. But he will probably let me know. And then I'll definitely get it though. Beslis. So I think I'm up to date though. Here, I did skip a moose a lot of stuff. Oh my word, yeah. No, I did. But in any case, guys, I just want to make sure that I didn't miss something very important over here. Force Reineke, Ink Vapor, cool beans. There you go. Nothing wrong with the smock. Using the Nord 4 and liking it. It's not suitable for MTL. Nord 4 is a bit soft. Yeah, Pierre, I gotta agree. The Nord 4 is fine for people starting out. The smock Nords and stuff like that. But I think the more you get into vaping, the more you realize there are better companies than smock. Absolutely. Than the smock products. But I mean, if you don't know a lot about other products though, then you're going to be happy with the smock Nord. For sure. I mean, I saw it now during the lockdown. Then people come in here and ask me if I got smock Nord coils. I say, no, I don't smell Nord coils, but try this. And then they say, wow. So yeah, but they were very happy with it while I introduced them to something new. But yes, thanks Zach. Cheers. So thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate it. I hope my spook stories from my grandmother didn't put you guys too much off there. So next weekend Thursday, I will show you some snappies of Canada and tell you some stories which we had in Canada as well. But that was a lot of fun. If there's something new out there, I will definitely show you guys. You must know me. I don't like holding back. I like to show you and inform you, Oaks. So it would be nice if some vendor would post in our community tab, in my channel's community tab, as soon as you get in the Troll X RTA, please. Or even the King RTA, if by any chance luck somebody gets in the 24mm King RTA. So anyway, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for all the members which actually contributed to the good cause. And as I said, Charles, you might be receiving a few packages next week, and I hope it puts a smile on your face, and for you and your family, and little Adrian who's sitting and watching over there. I hope you guys have a peaceful night. I'm not sure when my next review will be out, because I haven't been sent anything. Vupu is sending me the new Vinci. I've got no idea what the new Vinci is going to look like, but it's not the old Vinci, because I'm not allowed to post the review before the 23rd to the 25th March. So I'm actually interested to see. I didn't find any photos of it though. I asked them to send me a link to a sneak peek, which they have not responded to, but it is on its way. So it would be interesting to see what the Vinci actually looks like. But yeah, otherwise, Steam Crave, they have also sent me a Weibull number for the Titan combo. So not sure when that's going to arrive, but at least that is on its way as well. So I'm just going to tell you, Oaks, you must have a lekker evening further.